What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. First of all, before we can get started, first link in the description box below. We now have the new Gifd clothing line, the Gifd Worldwide. And you guys like those shirts that I had made that said "Believe" in multiple languages on the back? And I told you guys that was one colorway, one design. It's gone. The new colorway, new design actually says "Strength" on the back in multiple languages, which is our positive affirmation line that we're doing. And we now have the full clothing line. We have stringers, we have women's tanks, we have hoodies, we have joggers, we have sweatshirts. Even on the tanks themselves, the stringer tanks, which, you know, I very rarely see anything like this. On the back of the stringer tanks, we actually have the strength on the back, right? Which a lot of stringers, they don't have anything on the back. So that's a little bit different. So first link in the description box below, you guys. Stuff is up right now, ready to go. Thank you guys for the support. Now, that being said, we're going to talk about something today that really kind of shocked the fuck out of me. I was completely unaware what was going on because I don't drink milk products anymore, so I had no idea. So Aaron and I go to Wegmans, which is a supermarket here in Virginia, and they have everything. It's the coolest fucking place. They have fresh food, they have fucking organic shit, they have sushi, they have a fresh bakery, they have all kinds of shit in there, right? And they have a lot of stuff that you can't find, like a lot of specialty stuff you can't find in other places too, so we shop there. So I'm going to get the cart, right? And as I go to grab the cart, Erin taps me on the shoulder. I turn around, she's kind of looking at me funny with like a smile on her face, and she points. And as I look at the wall, and what I see is this. All right, behind me is the wall of unrefrigerated milk. Now, you might be thinking, unrefrigerated milk has been around for a long time, but no, the powdered milk has been around for a long time. This is actually liquid, unrefrigerated milk. Okay, so basically what that is a wall of milk. Okay, not milk products, not powdered milk. A wall of milk that is unrefrigerated with a shelf life of like 6 months. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, how the fuck is that even possible? You know, like, it kind of threw me off. So what I did was I'm like, we need to do some fucking investigation because it says raw, no, not raw, it says organic milk, right? And at first you go, organic, like it's good for you, right? Like that's the first thing that pops in your head is organic is good for you, right? Better for you than some of the other shit that's out there, right? So I decided to look into how the fuck this is even possible, because now with all the chemicals in the food that we're talking about, how do you have milk that's not refrigerated? Like, I know they have powdered milk on the store shelves and that lasts a long time, but it's dried out, it's like completely freeze-dried or however the fuck they process that, but still it's processed, right? But this milk actually goes through a process that is called, it's called, let me scan through this thing, the UHT process. Okay, which I had never heard of this, again, because I'm not a big milk person, but UHT has a shelf life of 6 to 9 months until open. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't even know what this stuff is, but basically the thermally processed at or above 280 degrees Fahrenheit for at least 2 seconds, either before or after packaging, so as to produce a product which has an extended shelf life, right? So you got the 6 to 9 months. When the world's foremost UHT milk processor, Palomar, whatever the fuck it is, first introduced it market back in 1993. They hit a snag. Americans distrust milk that hasn't been refrigerated. We like our milk cold, and UHT milk doesn't need to be refrigerated. Now that's kind of true, right? I mean, most people drink cold milk. You don't know of anything else. Like, you know about the powdered milk, right? But like, it completely threw me off because this shit wasn't just sitting like in the supermarket. It was outside of the supermarket where the carts are, where it's 90 fucking degrees and humid. So it wasn't even like it was like in room temperature, like it's fucking hot. It's too hot for you to actually stand there and not sweat your fucking ass off. But this shit is just sitting there, right? So we're gonna go through, basically why this shit you should avoid at all fucking costs. Just because it says organic on it, it's a selling point that people go, organic, that's better than regular milk. It must be fucking healthier for me. We'll just get that, throw it in the refrigerator, or we'll, we don't have to refrigerate it, but we'll put it in the refrigerator. It's like regular milk. That's not true. Now, often heat treatments causes milk fat globule membrane proteins and whey proteins to unfold, such as that buried sulfide, SH, which I'm not really sure that, I'm not a chemist, so I'm not too sure about that word. Basically, It normally masks the native protein that are exposed to the outer surfaces. In turn, these processes produce extreme cooked flavor, often attributed to changes in the sulfhydryl and disulfide content of the protein fraction. Conventional pasteurization methods have long been in place, and with the advent of UHT technology, the sterilization of fluid milk was achieved using a higher temperature treatments for shorter periods. However, shelf-stable milk has met limited acceptability in the consumers, especially in the United States, due to in part to the cooked flavor. So it's got a weird flavor, right? So basically, they're telling you all about like when you drink it, it's going to taste differently, right? Now we'll kind of get into why it tastes differently. It says, let's go through this. Other studies have shown that altering UHT processing parameters, such as indirect versus direct steam injection systems, cooling rates, and long-term storage conditions, have a significant impact on sensory attributes. Most recently, epicachin was a flavonoid compound was added to UHT milk prior to heating. The results revealed partial inhibition of the thermally generated cooked aroma. So they do all this stuff to make it more appealing taste-wise, more appealing smell-wise, because the stuff turns out kind of fucked up. So you're basically altering this milk. Now, they go through all this problem to get you to drink it, because they want it to smell normal, taste normal, because it doesn't. It's something new. It's not what you're normally used to, right? According to Lee Dexter, microbiologist and owner of the White Erget Farm Goat Dairy in Austin, Texas, ultra-pasteurization is an extremely harmful process to inflict on the fragile components of milk. Dexter explains, this guy, that milk proteins are complex three-dimensional molecules like Tinker Toys, whatever. Anyways, they are broken down and digested when special enzymes fit into the parts that stick out. Rapid heat treatments like pasteurization, especially ultra-pasteurization, actually flatten the molecules so the enzymes cannot do their work. If such proteins pass into the bloodstream, a frequent occurrence of those suffering from leaky gut, a condition that can be brought on by drinking processed commercial milk, the body perceives them as foreign proteins and mounts an immune response. That means chronically overstressed immune system and much less energy available for growth and repair. Now that's just by drinking this shit. So immediately when you drink this shit, you get an immune response that it actually makes your body have a harder time repairing itself. Immediately. That's just from drinking this shit. It's insane that they even fucking sell this shit, but nobody knows. It's right in the front, and it's on sale, and it's like the first thing you see when you walk in, so that people are exposed to it. They're like, oh, I can put it on the shelf for this long. Oh, fuck, it's not to be refrigerated. They're not even thinking, oh, it's organic. They see that organic word, and all of a sudden they're like, what the cows were eating was chemical free. That's what makes it organic. Not the way it was processed. It's processed, which makes it not natural. But whatever the fucking cows are eating, which is probably just grass-fed cows, makes it organic, and that's what they're able to put on the label. But that organic caption on that label grabs your attention. It makes you believe that it's healthier for you and better for you than regular milk. Now, it says, so now you know why I don't buy organic milk at the store. Even when I run out of raw milk, you want more help deciding how to prioritize your milk purchase, check out the Healthy Milk What to Buy. It's another post that was put up there. But basically, in a nutshell, what it talks about is the fact that you cannot digest these proteins. And it fucks you up. Like they talk about the casein, there's a whole big thing of this inside another study and a lot of information after I looked up how the process works, but it destroys the casein in the fucking protein itself. It makes it so that you cannot digest it. So basically you think you're taking an X amount of protein, it denatures and destroys that protein so it can't be utilized, and you're basically not getting the nutrition that you thought. Now on top of it, do they add vitamins to it? That because you're heating it to a point where it's destroying things in it, they add other things to it. Now, here's the problem. When you're adding things to it, it's not natural. So you give what kind of vitamins, what source of vitamins are they? What quality vitamins are they adding to it? Is it cheap shit? Is it stuff you can't even digest so they can just put it on the label? Is it a cheap form of vitamin D that your body's not even going to fucking absorb just so they can put it on the label? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. And this is milk, okay? We're taught as kids, milk does a body good. Milk makes you big. Milk makes you strong. To be big and strong when you get older, you need to drink milk. Like it's, one of the 4 food groups, milk, egg, and dairy. Like milk, egg, and cheese, or whatever the fuck it was, the dairy, egg, and cheese, or whatever it was. But the bottom line is we've been taught this stuff when we were kids to drink just a glass of milk. Now, my personal opinion, raw milk directly from the farm, best thing you can get. Pasteurized, all that other bullshit after that, let's face facts. We grew up with it, but it doesn't mean that it's fucking optimal or good for you or the best thing for you. But now they have this raw organic milk, right? Not raw, it's organic milk that they put out with a fucking 9-month shelf life on that fucking thing. Listen, any food that's not processed, any food that has not been chemically altered, any food that doesn't have a bunch of shit in there preservative-wise is not gonna last fucking 9 months, right? You got maybe 3, 4, 5 days a week tops if it's actually unadulterated. But they put all these fucking chemicals, they find new ways to pasteurize, they do all this shit that by the time you're drinking the milk, you're basically getting something that's doing a lot less for you than you think it would. You're putting stuff in your body that actually can produce harmful effects like immune response, leaky gut syndrome, but that gets blamed on lactose intolerance, which are very similar effects to leaky gut. Lactose intolerance, when you overlap the fucking the symptoms, it's almost identical. But people go in there like, well, I'm drinking milk. Oh, well, you're lactose intolerant. Stop drinking milk. Do you realize that people are drinking shit like this, getting fucked up from it, going to the doctor, and they're just doing, don't eat just because of lactose. There's so much other shit going on. Here's the problem. When you get an immune response to any food or anything that happens to your body attacks it like a foreign substance. You now have a rebound effect from many things in your body where it thinks it's sick. So you have things that are happening in your fucking body where it's trying to fight off something that you put in there purposely not knowing. But at the same time, there's nothing on a single fucking label talking about immune responses. There's not a single fucking thing on a label talking about leaky gut syndrome. There's not a single fucking thing talking about if there's 10 grams of protein in this, guess what? You're probably getting 2 because the rest of it's destroyed and you can't fucking absorb it. None of that shit's on the label. It's just drink milk, got milk, milk is good, milk does the body good, organic milk. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This shit's sitting in the fucking heat and you're gonna put that in your body? Like, I just fucking shook my head. And Aaron and I walk around the grocery store and we look at stuff in there. We look at stuff and go, how the fuck is this even possible? Like Oreos. Why is there a fucking 1,000 different flavor Oreos? Why? Because there's a market for it. People fucking like Oreos. People want things that they can put on a shelf, milk-wise, food-wise, whatever-wise, in the last 9 months. So these motherfuckers figured out a way to do it. And they're like, these people they just care about what it tastes like. So they're trying so hard to make that new crazy pasteurized, crazy processed milk taste like normal milk. That's their main focus, is to make it taste right. It's not to make that actually fucking helps you. It's not to make it so that actually fucking is healthy for you. It's not even to make it so that it doesn't harm you. It's to make it so it tastes right, which is everything else in the fucking market with all these sweeteners and shit. As long as it tastes right, you'll put it in your mouth and swallow it. They don't give a fuck what happens to your body afterwards. So be aware, guys. This shit is happening right now. It's something that's probably been out there for a while, but I have never seen fucking milk sitting in the goddamn heat in August in fucking Virginia that you could actually fucking drink afterwards. But here we are, and we're seeing this shit right now. And I guarantee fucking to you, if I went to other grocery stores and really nosed around for long enough, I'd find some pretty fucked up shit. So in the comment section below, if you guys have found fucked up shit in the grocery store or shit that you're like, what the fuck? Sound off and let me know, because I'm super interested in this shit. BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com/vlogs. The milk is for babies, bicep, and we are out.